All right. What's up, guys? It's Missy. I am back with another SimCity Buildit video. I'm doing an update on a couple of things here. First thing is the new design feature, okay? Or not design feature, I should say. The new design update that some people have been having or experiencing, while others have not. It apparently is in its testing phase. They want to see how well it works and all that good shit before they give it to everybody. That's according to EA. Okay, so let's go past that. You guys have probably been experiencing a really bad CoM the last 2 weeks, okay? Everybody's been experiencing it. Now, remember when I shared my theory with you that we all pretty much get the same list within, obviously, our requirements allow us to do. So if you're level 40, you're going to have the same general tasks as all the other level 40 players, right? Now, this is something that I didn't just, on a whim, go, that's interesting. I think that's what's going on. I've been watching and studying, oh my God, amounts of screenshots for months. Probably about 8 months now, when this theory first came into my mind. Now, I'm 99.9% certain that that's what goes on. Okay, and I've shared it with club members. I've shown them other people's lists, and they're like, yeah, you're right. That's definitely what's going on. Now, everybody has had a shitty past 2 weeks. It's like a bad weather front in SimCity when it comes to the contest of mayors. So if your average is low, don't feel bad. Look at your leaderboard. Those numbers are lower than average for everybody. Now, you might have a hacker in there somewhere who's put up an obscene amount of points, but he's some lonely soldier up there at the top with some obscene amount of points. But for the most part, everybody's been struggling super bad. Do not feel bad. Let's see here. Okay, so I am going to show you guys a method that I normally would advise against, but we did it because CPT had a hacker and has a hacker in his league this week anyways. So first place has already been basically taken. That being said, his list has just been horrible. I mean, he has just been getting smacked with upgrade after upgrade. Now, I'm going to show you guys what his list looks like. If your list looks like this, you try this method, see if it works for you. I'm going to explain why I came up with this technique. Because normally, the way that this works is, let me go back up to where before I wanted to kill him. All right, so, nope, that's somebody else here. I got a lot of people in my CoM training course here, so bear with me. All right, this was his list before we decided to cancel. So here's what's been happening. He's got a low paint task, which is rotatable, yes, but if you look at his score, he's only got 54,000 points for, let's see, 35 tasks done. That's terrible average. Okay, now I've been watching this whole damn week unfold. Now, if you look closely, he has a 2400 Latin. If he cancels that and it comes back, it will likely come back as a 3K or 3600. So I always tell people, unless it's Latin, don't even mess with it unless it's 3,000 points or higher. So his other options here, if you look very closely, everything that is 2K or higher is an upgrade so far. So he's got 2 upgrades right around 2,000 points. Then he's got a third upgrade for 2,400 points. So right now, the 3 out of pretty much the 4 chairs are taken up. So on average, you have right around 4 2K tasks, and somewhere in there, sometimes they'll allow you to have like a 3K task in between. But usually it's right around 4 in that zone. So right now he's only got 1 chair, basically, that 1 placement that he could rotate out. But the problem is every time he rotates something, there are certain tasks that always come back. They always have a place in your list, okay? That is things like keys, VU repair, coins, monster, expansion. Now, some of these come back quicker than others. For example, expansion. Every time you do a land expansion, that's going to come right back within like 2 tasks. It's always in your list until you unlock your land. Now that can be problematic because it's taking up one of those 2K placements. And you don't have unlimited dozer, so you're able to clear it, but it comes right back. So it's like, okay, yeah, I cleared it, but in terms of like opening up a placement to have good things happen for the rest of the contest, that's not really an option. It's just an option for, it's a temporary solution to a permanent problem, right? So it's like, okay, I managed to clear this chair up for about 2 tasks. Now I'm back to being screwed again. Which it's good to do that. So if you have any land expansions, get those unlocked as quickly as you can. Try to get those done before Mega. That way you're not stuck with them in this situation. So basically what's been happening to everybody this week, everybody in my CoM training course and everything, is they have been experiencing a situation where they cancel one high upgrade and tasks that are right around 1,000 to 1,500 points. And that's all they get. And then they just, basically all their chairs for their high value tasks are being taken up with upgrades. And they're only canceling one at a time, right? Because they don't want to drop their average too much. Well, because of this overwhelming amount of high upgrades this week, it's just basically been running them at a 1,000 to 1,500 average. Because that's really all they have room for in their list. So I decided that the best thing to do would be to test it on CPT and see how it works. And so my theory was that if we can open up both spots at once, then maybe it'll sync the game into doing something different, right? If it comes back 2 high valued upgrades, then it does. And you're no better or worse off than you were before. Now it is going to drop your average, but you're either going to drop your average a little bit now and make up for it later, or you're going to sit here and you're going to have a horrible average anyways and just be miserable wondering why you can't get decent tasks to pop up. Now, this normally doesn't happen, okay? This is something that you don't normally see happen in the contest. So if you guys are all super frustrated thinking it's you, it's not you this week, okay? This week and last week, it's just been really bad. Now, I think they're really trying to push people to level up because, you know, when you level up, you're screwed and you have to pay money. When you're low level, you have opportunity and they don't want that. So they're trying to push you guys to level up. You know, with this side pass thing, offering those points to unlock stupid shit. They're like, come on, people, level up. And then with the contest of mayors, they're bombarding you guys with upgrades. I mean, it's a nice attempt, but don't fall for it, okay? Do not fall for it. It's not worth it. Everybody else, you'll watch them, okay? Watch your contest of mayors. See who's leveling up on your leaderboard and who's not. Most people are not leveling, so their points are going to suck just as much as yours, which means you still have a chance at winning, okay? Do not fall for the leveling. So here we go. He cancels 2 tasks, 1 back-to-back, okay? So he canceled, do not cancel the Latin unless it's 3K or higher. Okay, if it comes back, just pray it comes back less than 3,000 points for sure. But anything less than 2,400 is even better. So at the beginning of every week, when you first get your task list, the very first thing to look for is to see where that Latin upgrade is. If it's in your list of a low points value, just start clapping your fucking hands because be glad that it's there with low points and it doesn't come back again. Okay, so he got techs and he got caps. Now, this isn't a bad sign. It's not a great sign, but it's not a terrible sign. Okay, at least it didn't come back with upgrades. So he can do these and hopefully open up some opportunity here. So he went ahead and he did the caps. And he got a 2,000 VU repair, which, hey, that's better than what he's been getting. He's been getting 1,000 tasks. So at least this will hold his 2K average. So then he goes and does that, and he comes back and annoys me for a little while, a long while. Wait, where'd he go? Okay, that's somebody else. Hold on. Where'd he go? There he is. Okay, comes back and he has a 1,700 techs and a 1680 melons task, which he does the melons and preps the techs overnight, just in case he has to collect on them. Okay, now here, that's somebody else. Who's that? That's somebody else. Somebody else. Hold on. I don't know if... I think he fell asleep and he's... Yeah, that's right. Okay, so CPT fell asleep, as per usual, sleeping on the job. And he finished the melons, and he got the 2400 attack. Okay, so again, he's doing a lot better now. Now, I advised Tanya and Bree, okay? I advised them as well to do this. Actually, the second person that I had do this was Tanya. Now, she was able to get her stuff to go a little better, because her stuff was just going horrible, just like CPT's. She didn't get quite as good results as CPT. You know, one of the upgrades did come back on her, but it came back, if I remember right, worth low value. Let me go back up and see. These two like to talk a lot, so it's probably going to be like 300 messages. 77 messages. Hang on, wait a minute. That's somebody else. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, wait. I think I found it. Okay, so right here she got the upgrade. I can't remember if this was... I'm not going to try to flip through their messages. There's just so many. And yeah, no. Anyway, so this person's also in my CoM training course. Oh boy. I advised him to try it and see what happens. Right now, these are the results that I'm looking at so far, which means he got one of the upgrades, came right back, which sucks, but he's actually not doing too bad on his average. Oh no, he's doing bad. Never mind. Wait, yeah. Okay. So, hopefully that keys comes in worth 2,400 or 2,000, I mean. That would be nice. But yeah, that sucks. So it's a gamble. It's always a gamble. But you guys, I just want you to know that it's not you guys. Something is just terrible with the contest this week, and it happens. It does, you know. I am going to be offering a walkthrough. I'm going to show you guys. Right now I'm in, hang on just a second here. Right now I am in, why did I do, oh that's right, I'm a high level player, I don't care. I'm like, why did I do that? I don't even know where I'm at. This is how much I pay attention to my own game nowadays. Okay, I'm in some league somewhere. I'm the one below Metro if I remember correctly. Anyways, in about a week, if I can manage to get anything done, once I hit the Mega League, I'm going to do a walkthrough. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what a high-level player, Contest of Mayors, competitively is supposed to look like. What you do, what you don't do, what you have to put into it, you know, how much it's going to cost of you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's a whole different thing playing as a high-level player than it is playing as a low-level player. So if any of you high-level players have been taking my advice on my Contest of Mayors videos, if you haven't been paying attention, that wasn't for you. This is why I specifically stated in my Contest of Mayors guides that it was for a specific level, okay? The type of level that this works for, it was designed for low-level players because they have to block things that they cannot do. For instance, they are not leveling, right? So they're not doing upgrade tasks, but you are. You can do upgrade tasks. So it's a whole different game for you. You know, you have regionals, they don't. Or you have Omega, they don't. So it's a whole different thing. You don't usually cancel in a situation as a high level player. It's much more rare to cancel a high level player's task. And the reason for that is because you have no excuses. If you want to play competitively in the contest, you have to be able to do all of your assignments. And if you are not prepared to do all of your assignments, then that falls on you. Okay, you should have prepared better. Because the whole goal here is to win, right? So, I mean, if you start off the contest, and this, by the way, the next second half of this video is going to be talking to you guys about the people that really, really need help, like kind of like a boot camp, smack you in the head, fucking get to work kind of shit people, okay? There's a lot of you guys out there that you lose because you don't put forth the effort. That's just the facts, okay? And I've trained a lot of people like that, and some people catch on real quick on what is expected of you to win. You know, if you don't want to win, then you can just play the way you are. You can just say, oh, well, it's been 10 hours. I think I'll open my game and do something. But if you want to win, you can't do that. You got to play. I mean, this is no joke, dude. It's like boot camp. It really is, if you want to win. So the people that I train, they are on every second of the day, pretty much. I mean, realistically, they obviously have a life to some extent, but for the most part, they're checking in on their game continuously. And, if they, like one girl, okay, she had to set a timer in the middle of the night because she screwed up one of her assignments. That is the level of commitment that people have that win. Those are the people you're going up against. You're not going up against people that put their game down for 12 hours and walk away, okay? Those are not the people at the very tippy top of the leaderboard. Not once you start getting into the mega leagues. Now, sometimes you might get lucky and you might get thrown in with a ton of slackers. But for the most part, the people at the top of the leaderboard, they bust their ass to get there, okay? Now, a lot of you guys just don't cut it. You don't put forth the effort. And what I mean by that is this. When I do my video on high-level CoM, which is going to be here in about 2 weeks, the people in my CoM training course will not have my help. CPT will, but nobody else will be able to get help from me because I'm going to be that busy, okay? I'm only doing it for the 1 week because it costs too much. But I'm going to show you guys what is expected of people. It's going to take my whole week away. And it's going to take a lot of my cash and my resources. And it's going to be a complete waste of my time. And I'm just going to show you guys why. And I'm going to explain to you why you should not be playing CoM competitively as a high-level player. And, Chronic, for example, she's been in my group for many years. She came into the chat yesterday and was telling people how she's lucky if she scores 5th to 8th every week. But she forks out the cash and she forks out, all these resources to play it. Why? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. She's spending more than what she's getting. And that's just the truth of it. And I just said, fuck it, I'm done. I'm not going to spend more than what I gain to get it's just not worth it. It's not. And then you also have to take into consideration your time. What is it that what are you doing differently than what you would be doing if you weren't playing the Contest of Mayors competitively? Competitively and non-competitively are two totally different things. Non-competitive players are able to finish the pass and still have a life and not throw away, 2,000 or more cash tokens, time, etc. each week. I can finish the pass and keep all my tokens and benefit from my game and still play the Contest of Mayors versus Chronic, where she ends up basically paying to play the contest all week. Why? I don't know. Her game would benefit more if she would not play the contest. If she would only play it for the purpose of the pass, not to play it to win. And that's where a lot of high-level players are at, and they just don't understand. And, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you guys what's going to happen when you level up. What to expect when you get to the high level. Or the people that are already there, I'm going to show you guys why you're not winning. Okay? That is what that video is going to be about. Now, I'm going to give you guys a couple little tips first, though. If you are looking at your list, the very first thing that you're going to do as a high-level player is you're going to look for the highest valued task on the list. That's the very first thing, okay? And that's what you do pretty much in every contest, but you're analyzing multiple things as a low-level player. You still have to analyze premium versus non-premium. So, for instance, Chronic had made a comment yesterday about how she's only had 1K tasks, like right around that ballpark. And I said, well, which ones are non-premium, which ones are premium? Well, she didn't really understand what that meant. But the point is I bet you if I looked at her list, I would see a lot of like maybe 1K upgrade Green Valley Zone, 1K launch VU, 2,000, maybe a 1,000, 1,500 war deliveries or something. All of her premiums are at a low value. So if she has, let's say, a 2,000 repair, and she has all of her premiums of a low value, and she continues to do the high non-premiums versus the low premiums to get premiums, she's going to totally screw herself. You know what I mean? That's not going to open up possibilities. But as a high-level player, you got to be very careful, because if you constantly think about opening up possibilities, that's all you'll ever do, and your score will show it. Okay? So when I prep for the contest as a high-level player, what does that include? That is on my next video. So I'm going to get this uploaded, and I'm going to tell you guys high-level player CoM prep. And then, not next week, but the week after, when I get into Mega, you guys will see firsthand what it's like for high-level players in Mega. Okay? Now, for you low-level players, right before I end this video, the same thing is going to apply to you to some extent. You guys have got to remember that simply saying, oh, well, I just can't do that, isn't really an option, because the person ahead of you is doing that. So if you want to win, then I just decided to, take 12 hours off. Oh, well, you can't do that. If I didn't prep that because I prepped this. Let me tell you something, okay? I am making a video for low-level players and high-level players. Watch it. Wilson, I'm talking to you. You need to go watch this low-level players video. Many of you do, but Wilson, you really need to watch it. Okay, so look for the video here in about 20-30 minutes. Well, by the time this uploads, you guys will probably see it. Okay? All right.